Okay, welcome to our first Brand Partner Simplified call for 2023, and it is very appropriately goal setting for the year. So I want to talk through why goal setting is so important. I love writing down all the things that I want in life. And I find that the more that I focus on what I want in life, the more I can help manifest what I want to happen. By the way, that's my word of the year. I finally did a little quiz and decided that is my word of the year is manifest. I'm going to be manifesting all the things I want to happen in the world and in our lives, our families' lives. So I challenge you guys to do some goal setting exercises. Doesn't mean you have to take a day to do it. The shower is a really good place to think about things, but I encourage you to write things down when you get out. I think best when I shampoo my hair. I don't know about anyone else, but that's when my best thinking happens. But I really want you to think about what you want for this year. I'm going to focus on the Young Living part of your business, but obviously you can do this for every part of your life. And so I want you to think about what is your financial goal for the year, and or maybe for the month, if that's better, of like, what would you want to make every month? What is your goal financially to make a month? And then I want you to think about, why is that your goal? Okay. Is it like, what are you going to do with that money? Do you have a trip that you're saving up for? Do you want to take over the mortgage for your family? It could be anything you want. Do you want to leave a job that isn't bringing you joy? Do you want to have more time freedom? What is it? How much money is it going to take for you to have that time freedom? And the freedom of any financial freedom, all the freedoms that you want. So really, I want you to think through, what is that number and what specifically are you going to spend that money on? So I think that's really, really powerful. And I want you to sit down and you should write it down. You can have you can do a pencil so you can change it as you think through it. And then maybe think about making a vision board. If you haven't played with, if you're a magazine person and you want to use that, or you want to use a newspaper just to cut things out, that's great. I love using Canva because I can find any image of anything that my heart desires. And I like to drag them in and just kind of make a quick vision board of the things that I want for my life that year. So I actually need to do my new one for this year, and I'm going to do that. So as you think of the big goal of what you want, and I'm going to talk finances right now because we're going to talk about making money, because money in the hands of good people does good things. So I want to erase any poverty mindset someone might have, or any guilt to earning money with Young Living, because it's such a blessing to be able to help someone with their health and then get paid to do that. So vision board that. And what that number is. And then I want you to look at that number, and I want you to think through, what is it going to take to make that number? Okay, so let's start with $200. So if I need to make an extra $200 a month, that means I need to be helping 4 people enroll with 100 PV. And if I also start them on a starter bundle, if that's the right thing for them, then I'll make $250 for helping those 4 people with 100 PV. Or maybe my goal is to like really help change someone's life, and I know that's going to be a 300 PV or order. Well, that means I'm going to make $150 on their first order. And if they get a starter bundle, they can you can make the extra $25 on that too. So really think through what the numbers are. So sharing with 2 people a month is pretty doable. Sharing with 4 people a month, if you're intentional, is extremely doable as well. So kind of break that down. And then if you maybe think about your longer term goals, is your longer term goal to make, a lot more than that? So I'm speaking to really everyone. I know that we have people on these calls, everyone from someone who's just started with Young Living, they've bought their starter kit, to someone who's been sharing for a long time and you already have a team. So I'm really speaking to every single level. So if you already are a Young Living leader and you have a sizable income already, think about what that goal is. Is it to help give more money back to certain charitable causes that are important to you? How much more is that? And how do you undertake that? So as you think through these larger goals, so if you're helping 4 people, I think another thing that is super, super important, and the best thing about our business, is how can you help someone else financially as well? Who can you help this month get another $200 in their pocket, especially if you've already been doing this for a bit, is like really thinking through, how do I help someone else financially? And I'm telling you right now, if you've been afraid of helping other people financially in the past, the world is at a place right now where people need this money. Inflation is real. I mean, things are more expensive. People really need more money in their pockets right now. So please don't be afraid to share the business opportunity with someone in a way that's authentic and not yucky to you. I think that's really important, is you can make those words come out of your mouth in any way that you choose. You have control over that. So I like to make things not yucky. So speak from your heart when sharing about the business. So if you think about it, if you help 4 people get to star, which is 500 PV volume underneath them each, you will be at senior star. Or maybe your goal is to help someone else get to senior star. So you need to help them have 4 people hit star. So how do you do this, right? Is we need to help them engage people. So start teaching people how to share if you haven't done that already. And I'm speaking at a very basic level here because we do have people at all different levels of their business. And so, and by the way, basic is what I do all the time. And I'm a diamond and have been doing Young Living for 9 years, and I focus on the basics still all the time. Who can I help? How can I teach a class? Who can I teach classes to? I like to do things in person. I am on social media. I do share on social media, but I very rarely enroll people through social media, except for very warm market people. So I love to teach people in person because I can say anything I want to say around the kitchen table to truly help people with their health. And so someone gave me a stat just now I thought was really interesting. Here's some stats for you. You can write these down. So the average person, if they and their team the average person can go to silver if they and their team do 12 classes a month. 12 classes a month, and that's about 10 to 15 people a class. All right, so just think through that. That's totally doable. That's 3 classes a week. Can you do 3 classes a week? Like if you really want to run for silver, then that's what it would take to go from nothing, no organization, to silver for most people. So that's kind of a powerful number. I never heard that before. Someone just told me that right before this call. I thought, I'm going to share that number. Here's another stat for you, is that if you want to go to silver, then you need about 100 people ordering on your team. So if you want to go for 100 people ordering on your team and you're just starting, so just think about 25 people a month, right? How can I help 25 people join my team a month? That doesn't mean you have to enroll 25 people. That just means you have to be helping others share so that you collectively can help in turn enroll people. We are in person now, guys. The world is right now open, and let's take advantage of it. We need to get back to the kitchen table, in my opinion, sharing with others. So I am trying to fill my calendar with as many classes as possible right now. And so how do I do this? I reach out to people. My low-hanging fruit, as I like to say, is the people who love oils. If they already love oils and they're already buying oils, that is easy. Hey, can I come teach a class for you and your friends? You seem to love it. Do you mind if I do that? And by the way, I'll make sure that you get paid on everyone that comes to this class, because my goal is to grow my team. I don't care if I'm the personal enroller or not, although that's great if I am. And I try to invite my own people to those classes too, because I'm always meeting new people and talking to them. So I want you to think about, being broadening your mind about teaching through. The concept of teaching through is I'm going to ask someone else to host a class and bring their warm market to that class that I don't know personally. Okay. Okay. Sharing on social media, inviting people to resources that are already there, sharing educational videos, sharing Facebook groups, Telegram chats, WhatsApp chats, whatever you have your team plugged into, or you are plugged into yourself, invite people to be educated in those groups. There are so many people working hard to educate our teams. Take advantage of that. I see so many people not plugging their members in, and they don't feel that sense of community and connection. And it is so, so powerful that, at any point in time, you can ask a question and someone can help you. Someone you've never met before will help you. That is a powerful community that we have. It's really beautiful and amazing. Not many people have this in their lives, and Young Living is so special that we do have this. Okay, let's see here. All right. I think I covered most of the things that I wanted to cover about goal setting. I want to open it to questions because we have a very manageable group, and then I'll do some announcements at the end. By the way, I didn't even like kick off with our normal Ningxia and all of these things. Sorry, I was not doing the party today. But let's open it. Does anyone have any ideas about goal setting? Something that's been successful for them when setting new goals, or questions about setting their goals? Feel free to unmute or type or whatever you're comfortable with. Da, na, 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 na. But I was like, really that good? You have no questions. Okay. Oh, wait.
I was going to say something.
Please.
I'm Sean. Setting the goal and then answering the why you have the goal. Can we speak into that a little bit more?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, if your goal is, I think that takes a lot of introspection. It's a really good question, right? So when I first started sharing Young Living, my why was not financial at all, at all, at all. I had a full-time job that I was doing fine in, and I was just passionate about helping other moms find resources for their children. I had young children at the time. All of them were getting sick, and I just loved the feeling I got when something worked for someone. So I just wanted to help people get their babies well when I first started. Then it moved to, I really want to do something for a living that is fulfilling to me. I am so sick of corporate life. Wow, that would be amazing if I could get out of corporate life. So how much financially is that going to take so that my husband doesn't fire me for quitting my job, right? How much money am I going to have to make for him to say, okay, babe, this is real. You can leave your job. You can do this full time. So that's kind of how I thought through that process. It was, how much money does my family need to live, and what kind of income do we need? So I kind of jumped kind of fast into that. But for some people, maybe you have a job that you love, and you're just like, I'd really love to sign my kids up for these dance classes or whatever, like a traveling hockey. I'm just making things up, that are expensive, right? But right now I have to say no. I want to be able to say yes to anything that my family wants or asks for. Or maybe I want to buy more organic food and it's just too expensive right now for me. So I need an extra $200 a month to buy the food that is healthier for my family. Or that's kind of what I'm talking about, is what is it going to take above what you have now to make, what income is it going to take to do the things that you want now? And then to break it down of how to get to that income level. Does that answer your question? Sean, did I answer your question?
Sorry, I'm tapping through. Yeah, that's really, really good. That's got my thinking juices going.
Okay, good. Well, I would love for you guys to, like gluten-free food. Yes, yes. Whatever, whatever it is to you. Maybe you want to buy from a local rancher instead of supporting a grocery store that you don't like. I mean, these are the things that I like spending my money on. I'm like, I don't need fancy things. I just want like to help a local rancher and get better food. We bought a half a cow just recently, which was like super exciting for me. Like, so excited about this cow that I bought that my family gets to eat. That's totally raised humanely and healthy. And like, these are the things that get my goat. Yes, bone broth. By the way, bone broth is so cheap to make. That's right. I love that. Lori just put in the chat, Young Living Diamonds don't collect cars. We collect acreage. Yes. We spend money on the things that are, I think, more valuable. That's true. Absolutely true. Is there anything else anyone has a question on goal setting, or on just anything in general before I go to kind of announcements that you might have more questions on? Okay. So
hey, do you mind if I share something?
Please, is it Janelle?
It's Janelle. Hi, I'm in Amanda's line.
Awesome.
And Julie. So I guess I'll just throw this out there that years ago when I was at looking at executive and silver, to come up and get to that point, and I'm a gold now. very quickly I was able to advance to executive, and then very quickly from that, 1 month later, to silver, because I think people just need to remember that you're just looking for people who have the same needs that you do. Like, if we think that there's anyone without a home that doesn't have 10 or 12 needs that we can fill with our products, then we're mistaken. This is every single, I don't care if it's two elderly people living in a home or a single mom with her 3 teenagers. Everybody has certain needs. And these days, everyone's willing to just talk about them. They're not hesitant to tell you, not to be weird, but if you have hemorrhoids, someone's usually going to say that they have them. It's like they don't even hold it to themselves. So you're just like, hey, here's something, you offer something that could help. And social media helped me with that a lot. I just looked for the people typing things in, and then I'd reach out privately to them, and I'd get on the phone. Like, I didn't grow this by having classes. I know that almost sounds, antithetical to what we do, but I built to executive, and then the following month to silver, by just getting on the phone with people and taking a few minutes in the evening after the kids are in bed, 30 or 40 minutes of your time, which we know always ends up being an hour and a half because people want to talk. But I literally just got that going on friends and family of mine that I knew had needs. And I guess it goes without saying that with the incentive that they have now to earn all those really, really special oils, all the Ningxia Red and the Thieves, and perhaps even that trip. Last time they ran that incentive, I had no idea how close I was to getting those things until Amanda and Julie reached out to me and were like, "Hey, Janelle, do you realize you're on this board and you're really well placed? Like, I probably could have gotten the cruise and I didn't even realize it." And so, knowing, for new people that might be on your call today or listen to the recording, knowing that you're brand new and your market is really wide right now because you haven't been doing this for 10 years, whether you have or not, you have such a good opportunity to grow, to get those incentives that the company is giving us in the next 6 months. And maybe even getting a spot in Hawaii, even though you're like, well, I'm not the Hawaii earner. I'm just this little person here, and I don't do those things, but it is extremely doable if you know how to do it. And so what you're talking about in starting a business and getting it rolling or growing it to silver, this can be done pretty easily right now if you just know what to do and see a format to follow. So I'm telling you, if I can do it, pretty much anybody can do this. You just have to be like credible. Like, people just, they listen to you, they like you, and they'll listen to what you have to offer. So that's just my encouragement to people, if it helps.
Janelle, I love that so much. And I'm sorry, I couldn't find you earlier. I just saw that you finally that your camera was there. I meant to pin you earlier on the video, but I love your insight. And I love the fact that you saw the need there and you authentically reached out to people privately. I mean, there's so many ways to build this business authentically. And however whatever resonates for you is the way that you should do it, because it needs to be fun and it needs to be authentic. And so I love that, Janelle. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Okay, so I want to talk about, as if no one has anything else around the goal setting topic, I just want to go quickly into announcements. I am going to paste. Hold on, sorry. I see a note here. There's a couple of notes in the chat. A couple of things. As someone said they like frilly things. Allison said she likes frilly things. Do not feel guilty for wanting frilly things, and do not feel guilty for wanting to earn money for those frilly things. Like my husband always says to me, because I did not grow up this way. My dad was extremely frugal, but my husband always says that money is meant to enjoy. It's not like just a means to an end. You are allowed to enjoy your money. So I love that. And we have to remind ourselves that too. If there's a treat you want to buy yourself, by all means, buy it for yourself. That's why we earn money. But do cover, I do encourage you to cover the things that don't create debt first. Like, don't go into debt buying frilly things that we don't want to support. Okay, let's see here. Okay, we're talking about Lori Bory's book, The Harvest. It's so, so good. If you haven't read it yet, please grab it. It's available on Amazon. It has the physical and a Kindle version. Okay, let's see here. Someone just said, don't have the confidence to win one of the trips. Feel like you've been trying to enroll and get those current members on loyalty rewards. Okay, so I want to talk this. I talked about this last night on the trip, on the call about the Kona trip. So let me put that on pause for just a second, because I want to mention one thing first before we get to Kona. The first is that the New Year's kickoff was fantastic. So if you have not watched that yet, I highly encourage you to watch it. I'm going to paste the link in here for everyone to see. Please go watch that. This is really like the vision of where our company is going. I'm so encouraged and proud of where our company is going right now. So please go watch that. It's worth your time. And I don't know about those of you who've already watched it, but my favorite part is our new head of science, Mark. He is just fantastic. I'm so geeking out on him. Like, I think he's just amazing. So I'm really excited for where our company is going, especially along those lines. But I know a lot of people are there's so many things to be excited about. It's how they're supporting us. It's where we're going as a company. It's our vision, what we're sharing, even more transparency than we've ever had before. For people that are haters and doubters, we're going to have more ways to be like in your face. No, this is real. Look here. So I love that. Okay, so let's talk now about Kona. I'm going to come back to the comment about, how can you earn? I don't think I can do it. So first I'm going to hand it over to Lori. Lori, do you want to jump on? I can just unmute.
Sure, I'm here. I'd happy to. Oh, you guys, and thank you, Allie.
Let me add you here. Right, there we go. Sorry, I'm having technical. There we go.
All right. No, thank you, Allie, for doing this, and thank you everybody for being here. I want to click buttons so that I'm not staring at me. I want to look at you. Okay, that's better. It's way better. Okay, let's talk about the Kona trip. And I'm coming from the perspective of somebody who has earned this trip 3 times, whatever they're going to call it. If it was a Hawaii trip, I was on it, and a couple of cruises on top of that. I've lost track. So here's the thing: the battle is in between your ears, and saying, "I'm not that person." Okay, then you're not that person. Or, you know what? Maybe I could do this. Well, maybe you could. I'm currently looking for ways to do this. So you want to be really careful how you speak to yourself and to other people about this. And even if you suspect somewhere on the inside, oh, I'm just not sure I'm going to do it. What you say is, I'm giving it everything I've got. I'm going all in, and I'm going to do this thing. And then you start planning as if it is so. So you get out your papers and you write down everybody you know, everybody you think you know, everybody you might have known, everybody, you write them all down. You write down people you enrolled 3 years ago who fell off, who are going to qualify for a re-enrollment. You go through your downline viewer and you pick up everybody and you get them, and then you get ready to run. And ready to run looks like talking with your family and saying, this is a marathon sprint. This is both. And the worst thing that happens if you do this is you look at your business at the end of 6 months and you might not have made the trip, but you won't recognize your business and you won't recognize yourself. So if you, quote, only end up with some free Ningxia Red for a year, okay, right? The next thing you do is print out all the rules and memorize them so that you know what you're doing. And then start thinking strategy to yourself, like, well, if I enroll somebody, I get 1 point, but if I enroll them with Essential Rewards, I get 3 extra points. And then if I place them in certain ways, then I make 5 extra points. Like, get your game on so that you know what you're doing. Also, enroll everybody directly under you and place later, because that will give you an opportunity to consider things at the end of the month. And you're thinking, if I place, here, then I'm going to earn 10 extra points. And if I place over here, I don't. Having said that, always make placements with integrity for the long term. Don't sacrifice your long-term business goals to get to Hawaii by doing things that are just not going to suit you. Don't place people 15 levels down, and don't do that. And it's always this hard moment. Better to just go enroll an extra person. And I'm not just saying that. You can do that. You get into the groove of this and you just do all the things that it takes. So you do the one-on-ones. If you're a social media person, do more of it. If you are an in-person person, do more of it. Reach out to everybody you know and just have chats with them, conversations with them. Do what I say in the book, get to know people. You will start enrolling them. And if you are a vendor event person, then start getting on it and book all the vendor events in your area. If there is a church somewhere with a ladies bazaar, you want to be at it. So you don't get to Hawaii just, just doing the minimum. You don't, but you can do this. You can do this. And again, the worst case scenario is that you don't. I also recommend either a whiteboard or erasable pens. I love my Frixion erasable pens, and you're going to start mapping stuff out and playing what if. What if I enroll these people that I've written down? Where am I going to place them? And what will that look like for number of points that I'm going to get? And how am I going to get there? And keep up with the things in belief every single day. You're going to hear all of those negative things. You might even be careful who you say something to about your goals, because if they're the negative Nelly, you might not want to go there with them. If you must tell somebody that is going to say, well, of course you can. What can I do to help? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me look at, so is it wrong to be thinking about my family members? No, it's not wrong. And I will tell you, no, it's not cheating. I'll tell you, yes, long-term way. Yes, pay attention to the long-term way. But if it's over here versus over there and long-term, it doesn't matter. And you've talked with the person that you're wanting to place and they're great with a placement, if they're a brand partner, because customers can't see anything anymore, but if they're a brand partner, don't give away relationship in order to get 5 points. Having said that, it's easier to flip stars than it is to flip platinums. See?
That's what I was going to say, is that if you're worried, if you're not like typically a huge enroller, and that seems really daunting for you, although I want to be conscious about the words I use. If
right,
yeah. In the past, you still can be in the future. But I think, and I said this last night on the call, is that the beauty of this business is that the more we help others succeed, the more we can succeed. And I love that you get 5 points for every person you help rank up. So if that's family, great. If that's friends, great. If it's both, better, right? Just help them all, help all the peoples. So I really encourage you. I mean, family, I find like I have to be the enroller to place under those people, which is totally fine. But if I would rather, in addition, I should say, I would also like to help people who are interested in making an income that are already on my team, or that I'm going to enroll onto my team, you could think about this. If you enrolled 5 people between now and June and help all 5 of those people hit star, how many points would you get? Let's say you enroll all of them. Do the math for me really fast, someone. Because I think it's 4 points if you enroll them at 100 PV and they get on loyalty, right? And then you get an extra 5 points if you can get them to start. So that's 9 times 5. I mean, you've just gotten all the major prizes, right? That's like you got right there. So just I really like to look at things that like and now all these people, they are hooked. They're not going anywhere because they see the vision of Young Living, and you've put money in their pocket and you've helped them and with their health, and you've helped them with an income. So I'm really focusing on that.
Yep. So those are my top down and dirty tips to do this thing. It's totally possible for everybody. People sometimes when they say, oh, well, she's the author of the book, she must be this big shot. Y'all, I am just a mom who lives on 80 acres in the middle of nowhere, Indiana, with 900 people in my town. If I can do this, absolutely anybody can do this. All the confidence comes from having done it, not because I was anything unique or special or amazing. So just
But you are.
thank you, but just do. And all right, I'm muting now.
I just want to, let's see if I can repin here. Okay, sorry, all my buttons have moved. I also want to talk about a couple of other announcements that are huge. So if you haven't watched the video from this last weekend, you probably don't know that we have this new program called Young Giving coming, where we're going to be able to feed 29 meals to someone for 30 PV. Yes, you're going to get volume for more than you are gifting. And that is a great way to build your business. And it's a great way to feed hungry children. So I'm really, really excited about this Young Giving and how this is going to be implemented in all the ways that blow my mind that I haven't even thought of yet of how to share this. But think about that. I mean, if you are someone that is just a yellow through and through, this is a beautiful way to talk to all your fellow yellows on, just round up your order by 29 PV and you've just fed 29 meals to children. That's a lot of meals to a child who doesn't get meals at all. So I'm really, really excited about Young Giving, and it is going to be focused long-term around our einkorn product, which is amazing because it really is a full nutrient dense product. And it is back in stock as of today. So if you got really jazzed about it, einkorn flour is back in stock. I'm ordering some because I'm going to make some in my bread maker, homemade bread. And then we are going to be focusing, the last announcement is that we are going to be focusing the next 3 calls this month. We're teaming up with Erin Rogers and Paige Williams, who wrote the book. Oh goodness, I should have put the link. I don't have the link handy. If someone has that link handy on the book. Oh, this is the book actually sitting on my desk. It is the Brand Partner Guide. And I'm really, really excited about this book. So we're going to be walking through this book. So watch for a different link for the next 3 calls because we're going to be joining their classes. Yes, you can get it at Erin's store, which is probably in the back of this book somewhere. I don't have it memorized. If someone has the link handy, please do me a favor and share it. I'm sorry, I don't have it ready. I thought I had other links ready. I didn't have this one ready for you, but reach out to the person who invited you to this and ask them for the link to the book if you haven't grabbed it yet. Okay, with that, we were short and effective. Thank you. Oil Supply Store, oilsupply.store.com, and this is called the Brand Partner Guide. All right, is there anything else that anyone wants to share or ask before we call it a wrap of a short and sweet call? Anyone actually, here's what I challenge you to do. If you have carved out an hour for this call, spend the next 25 minutes visualizing, creating a list of your goals. Go pull up Canva if you're a digital person, or pull out your magazines and start putting all the things on a board. That's what I'm going to do for the next 25 minutes is I am going to go do my vision board for 2023 that I haven't done yet. So with that, where can I get a bread maker recipe? I'm just use search engine. Sorry, Jill. I'm just going to use a search on that one for einkorn recipes and a bread maker. Vision board day is this Saturday. Awesome. Well, then sit down and write a list of your goals and they'll be ready for Saturday for your vision board. All right. Thanks, everyone. I'm really grateful for you coming today, and we'll see you soon next week. Bye, everyone.